What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen. I was watching Real Housewives of Potomac, and I got triggered, you guys, by GIZELLE'S behavior. And remember in my last video in Potomac, I said that she had some narcissistic tendencies. And it really showed on this part too. You saw Candiace, okay? Candiace was crying because GIZELLE was on stage crying about the death of her father and how much he meant to her. And you have a woman where you tried to accuse her husband of SA, and you say that you don't accuse him as it pertains to you, but you did perpetuate the narrative that, he was inappropriate with Deborah. We will say that. I looked at Candiace and I was like, wow, she is really mature. Because I'm thinking, as it pertains to myself, ain't no way in hell I'm going to be crying with this lady. I feel bad she lost her father, but when I tell you, not one tear would have came out of my eye. And for Candiace to still think enough of this woman after everything that she has did to her and her husband, for Candiace to sit on stage and be emotional and cry, and for GIZELLE to say, yeah, this isn't even about her, and she's crying. Girl, she's still trying to be nice to you. She's still trying to extend grace to you. And like I told y'all, GIZELLE don't give a damn, and she's praised for it. She's praised for being nonchalant. She's praised for attacking other people's husbands and their marriages. But do y'all notice the double standard? Wendy and Candiace can't make no faces as it pertains to when she talks about her daughter. And they weren't making faces about Grace. They were making faces probably because they don't give a damn about you. How many times have you had a stank face towards them? Like Karen said, you're not perfect either. You make faces, but nobody makes a big deal out of what you do. You get away with it. Okay? You also have silly ass Mia saying, oh, Candiace cries when the wind blows left. No, she has feelings for you women that you all don't have when it comes to her. Because Mia even mentioned Wendy and Candiace didn't call her when all this stuff came out with her and G. G was somewhere tearing your damn name down to the ground, calling you all types of names. And you sitting up here, oh, well, they didn't check in on me, and because you all are not friends. Okay, y'all are not friends like that. You all work together. But yeah, did y'all see how dismissive Mia was and GIZELLE was of Candiace's tears? And that's why I was saying, in my last video, Candiace, girl, stop crying over these women. They don't care about you, especially GIZELLE and Robin. Candiace, child, I'm messing up the child name. Candiace is over there crying, needing several tissues. No response from GIZELLE. No, thank you for your tears, Candiace. I appreciate that during this, hard time I'm going through from losing my father. No acknowledgement. Sat there, had her legs crossed, looking very nonchalant, looking very unbothered, disrespectful. And Andy, in my opinion, he isn't the best host, because I feel like if they had like a different host, that host could have held Gizelle's feet to the fire a little bit more. Like, girl, she's over here crying about the loss of your dad. It ain't her dad. Y'all ain't even cool. Okay? You done lied on her damn husband, and she still cries for you and feels bad for you. But like Candiace said, Gizelle will weaponize anything and turn it around as it pertains to her daughters. She could come for your husband and your kids, okay? But you better not come for them daughters. That's off limits. That's just too far to the left. And my children got death threats, and child, I don't believe it. Just because you pour syrup on shit don't make it pancakes. I don't believe it. She's manipulative, fundamentally deceptive. What's up, Matt, Candiace'S ex? Let me read y'all something that I was reading up on. Okay, and this is about females that are narcissists. It says, female narcissists exhibit distinct behaviors when interacting with other women. While these traits can vary, here are some common patterns. Competitiveness. Narcissistic women often engage in intense competition with other females. They strive to be the queen bee and assert their dominance. Their fragile egos lead them to vie for superiority, seeking validation through perceived success and control. There's that word, over others. Gizelle wants control of this group, and she wanted Candiace's ass out. She was happy as hell when Candiace quit this show, and she wants Wendy to follow right after. And I'm kind of looking at Candiace and Wendy like, why for so many years did y'all want validation from the Green-Eyed Bandits? I think that maybe they just wanted to be cordial with them. They got to work with them. But don't seek to be friends with women like Gizelle and Robin. They are only interested in being friends with each other. And I see Gizelle turning on Karen next year. She all cozy with her now. Oh, she checked on me and my girls, you know, when I lost my father. And yeah, but you're going to be dragging her next year over that car crash. Y'all wait for that. Victim shaming and enabling. Female narcissists may victim shame and enable abusers. They manipulate situations. Okay, like this situation with Chris, to maintain their own power and attention, even if it means undermining other women. Remember when I told you she was telling Candiace, get over it, bitch. Okay, I said what I said about your husband. He made me go in that room. He made me uncomfortable. You made it bigger than what it was. How dare you feel a way about me bringing this to the camera? Because she could have called Candiace. She had seen Candiace. She was in proximity to Candiace. Never mentioned this about Chris. Needed a storyline because the bitch ain't got no talent. Okay? What I saw on that stage was a lack of empathy. That is the biggest hallmark sign you are dealing with a narcissist. In this case, it looked like a female narcissist. It says, like their male counterparts, female narcissists lack empathy. They prioritize their needs and desires, disregarding the feelings and well-beings of others. Did you see how she sat on stage, all unbothered, ignoring Candiace's feelings? Ignored Candiace's tears. Oh, she's making this about her. Not even recognizing that this woman, she actually has something that you don't have for her. She has empathy for you because you lost your damn father. And you on stage crying about it. Even Andy said you never display emotions unless we're talking about your family. But yet you get mad at these women. Okay? You get mad at these women for what you have to say about their families. They're not supposed to get upset. And this is why I feel like Gizelle has some type of superiority complex. She feels like it's okay when I pick and poke and prod at you and your family. You better not do it when it comes to my girls. It also says the female narcissist is an attention seeker. These women crave the spotlight. They want to be at the center of attention, often using charm and manipulation, there's that word, to achieve this. It says the narcissistic woman is unable to see other women as anything other than competition. That is what I get from Gizelle. She is not in friendship with these women. Okay? Instead of acknowledging that she hurt Candiace and she hurt Chris's career, instead of feeling bad about that, she does a Jedi mind trick. She does the whole bait and switch. And now, I'm getting these, I'm getting these threats online and me and my daughters and, it's so horrible. What about all the clients that Chris missed? All the money that went right out the damn door because of your accusations of him. And he did nothing to you. You felt uncomfortable. But guess what? You had a choice to go to the room or not. You could have said, you know what, Chris, I could talk to you in the hall. I think anything else would be inappropriate. It is on you to set the tone and let that man know what's appropriate and what's not. You didn't do that. You wanted to blame him. You wanted to have him criticize and scrutinize for the next season, and there is your storyline. Okay? And you have a pattern of behavior on this show. Rinse, wash, and repeat. You do the same shiggity every year. Accusing somebody's husband of cheating when it was your own, Mr. Jamal Bryant, from when you was married to him. He was the cheater, pumpkin eater. He done had several babies on you. And you want that to be true for these other women. Okay? And when it doesn't land, you get upset with these women when they don't play along with your stupid little game so that you can have a storyline. I find her to be desperate. I find her to be pathetic. I find her to be ruthless. And I think it's one of those things, like I said, to compare her and Nene. Nene is very loud and boisterous, but Nene is no threat. You see Nene coming, or people like her, right? They're very no nonsense. They tell it like it is. I think that if Nene saw Candiace crying, she would feel away. She would comfort her. I've seen her do that with these women. Okay? But you have Gizelle. She the one that did Candiace wrong, but she wants an apology. Did y'all even see that part on the last part of the reunion? On the first part? Yeah, I'm here to see the ownership. What about you owning what you did? And they actually had to replay what she actually said because she didn't want to take any accountability or responsibility for the words that she chose to use in regards to Chris and him being inappropriate with her. Okay, you got to pay attention to that, you guys. Gizelle is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's not cute. Okay, so just because she ain't all loud and boisterous and ghetto and, just all in your face with it don't mean that she's not malicious. Okay, she is. Absolutely. You got Gizelle going off on Karen. She does her whole Evelyn Lozada. Don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter like Shawnee, like she talked about Shawnee's. Like that's my daughter. That's my kid. Like Leo. She did that whole spiel. Okay, but that's my daughter. And you are so emotional about your daughter, but yet you are very insensitive when these women are angry at you for attacking their husbands and children. There's no remorse for that. There's none. Giselle has a disposition that says, it is all about me. Woe is me. When it's me and my daughters that are being judged and criticized, feel sorry for me. And I don't give a damn, though, who I hurt and who I demolish and whose family I ruin. Because guess what? Those children, they have a father, Eddie. Okay, and you tried to destroy their father with some rumors from some blogs. And this is the irony with Giselle and Robin, because one of y'all tried to come for me in the comments. Well, you know, if Candiace can talk about Juan, Robin can talk about Chris. The shit with Juan was true. And Juan never comes to the reunion because he's ashamed. Well, he really ain't ashamed. He don't give a damn. But he doesn't want to be criticized or chastised for his bad behavior, for him not being faithful to Robin. That's why he doesn't show up to the reunion. You could say a lot of stuff about Chris Bassett, and I'm going to tell y'all about a good man, Savannah. A good man will hold you down when the world is tearing you apart. A good man will show up with you, at these reunions, time and time again. That man will show up. We've seen Eddie and Chris show up consistently, and you will see some consistency out of that man when he is a good man, Savannah. But we don't get that from Juan. We've never been able to get a man to even come on stage and be there behind Giselle. There's none of that, but they want to attack and destroy the people whose husbands do show up. And that shiggity with Chris Bassett was a lie. The girl came out and said she lied about them having an affair. How can anybody take that serious? Those rumors was not substantiated with the truth. It was all a lie. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if the shiggity with Chris was true, then of course Robin and Giselle would have the right to talk about it on their podcast. I get it. But it was all a lie. Y'all just want to perpetuate that narrative about Chris and make him look like he's a sneaky link that cheats on his wife. That way it backs up your narrative, Giselle, that he made you go into a room and made you feel uncomfortable. That's why you wanted to talk about Chris on your podcast. It was selfish. You wanted to link those stories together. You also, like I said before, made mention that he came at Deborah in an inappropriate way. Survey says the producers showed what happened with Chris and Deborah. Nothing. He was just being friendly. And even Wendy said, damn, these women are so used to ain't shit men. They not even used to when a good man speaks to them or is polite to them. Y'all don't like that. Y'all run behind the ain't shit niggas, the cheaters, the liars. Okay, Robin? Because ain't no way in hell I'm marrying Juan again and he's still doing the same shiggity that caused y'all to get a divorce, the first time. But child, he over there treating you any type of way because he takes you for granted. He knows you not going nowhere. You have a low self-esteem. Where are you going? Nowhere. So, and there's no consequence for his bad behavior. So he ain't going nowhere and he gonna keep embarrassing your ass. So have at it, Robin. Wendy even mentions that she tried to give Giselle a congratulations on Grace graduating from high school and entering into college. She even asked her, was she going to be an AKA? There was no footage of it. And Gizelle is screaming out, oh, it never happened. It never happened. Right before that, okay, she was dismissive with Candiace because Candiace called her ass out for trying to weaponize her children to try to make herself look like this poor perpetual victim. And, oh, they're making faces at my child and how dare they? Are y'all seeing the pattern of behavior with Gizelle? I found it to be trifling. I found it to be disgusting. I found it to be very, dismissive, very deplorable. To me, Andy was not on her ass enough. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about it. Cause honey, then again, maybe it's just Miss Robinson. Maybe it's just me. Let me read some comments, you guys, about Gizelle, because some people noticed some things that, maybe I didn't notice. Okay, so one person says, even with Gizelle and her kids, I'll never forget that they actually sat her down and told her that she comes off as cold, even with them, and one of the twins even stated she feels like there is favoritism between them as well. Yeah, they felt like Grace was her favorite, the one that looks like her the most. Okay? Oh yeah, Gizelle denied knowing that Wendy's mom was in the hospital when she called her evil. It's like, why is you calling her evil while she in the hospital? Okay? Why? And I told y'all, there is no remorse for Gizelle's bad behavior. She doesn't acknowledge it. She wants you to hurry up and get over it. That way we can get back to her. Okay, which is very narcissistic in my opinion. Like I said, I don't know the lady to be calling her a narcissist, but there are some tendencies that I am picking up on. You got some people saying Candiace is extremely insensitive. I wouldn't want her crying for my parent, even if I was Gizelle. Hell, she's not going to do anything but use it against Gizelle later. Damn her. What show is y'all watching to say some shiggity like that? And I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say this and take it back. Shout out to Heavenly, because y'all know she loves saying that. I don't like Gizelle. I don't. But when she got to talking about her dad, I did feel bad for her. I didn't cry, and I wouldn't have cried the way that Candiace did. Okay? But I did feel bad for her. I'm a human being. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's just for people to not acknowledge that Candiace was being genuine with her tears. There were people questioning her crying, on the part 1 of the reunion as well. It's what is wrong with y'all? But I didn't see a tear. Well, I didn't see. Sometimes a person may not have a tear coming out of their eyes. Shout out to one of y'all that put it in my comments. I was like, yes, baby, you clocked it, honey. Yes, one of the brand fans, honey, they clocked it. Yes. It's not about a tear coming out all the time. Same thing, one of y'all mentioned Kandi Burruss. I thought that was an excellent comparison. We know when Candiace or Kandi is about to cry, their voice will begin to crack. A lot of our voices will begin to crack. So just because a tear does not come out of somebody's eyes, it doesn't mean that they are fake crying. They are emotional about this situation. And I felt like that said a lot about Candiace's character. I'm glad, though, she's leaving this show because you've been on this show for 5 years and there is no sense of friendship. There's none. Maybe with her and Wendy. Mia looked like she goes wherever the damn wind blows. Okay, that's why I was shocked when she was mentioning the damn wind. I said, shit, that's more like you. You don't really look like you anybody friend. Ashley goes wherever the wind blows. She used to stick it to the Green Eye Bandits, but she wanted to be a part of their crew. They let her in. Karen is over there riding the fence trying to be neutral, but all that's gonna change because I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you, Gizelle is gonna flip on Karen next season. She does not like that Andy told her ass to scoot on down and Karen has first chair. Okay, she don't like that. And Mia got a big storyline for next season. And Gizelle's ego, you guys, is being tampered with. Like, she is being put in lowest terms, and she doesn't like it. Okay? She doesn't like it. Remember, this is somebody with a superiority complex. They feel like they are above the group. They are better. Okay, and she really showed her ass at this reunion. I would rather see her just sit there looking all dumb like she don't know, where these people is coming from. I would rather her do that, but to me, she really showed her dirty draws on this reunion. Her behavior was despicable. If somebody is her real friend, not that dumbass Robin who enables her bad behavior, okay, and who is a puppet of hers. No, I'm talking about a real friend. Maybe your mother, Gizelle, she's still around. She need to dig in your ass. Remember, the girls used to dig in her ass. They probably about sick of talking to her. But I'm serious, you guys. Like, you look so unlikable. Okay? You look like a straight up witch. You do. You are supposed to be a lead on this show. It's a blessing to be the star of the show. You're not giving that. You have to resort to taking down people's husbands and their families because there's no talent. There's nothing of substance for you to work with. So this comment was very interesting that I saw. So one person says, Gizelle mentioned being a part of a black sorority as proof of her not having a problem talking about race, but failed to highlight and dispel the fact that said sorority has been fighting colorism accusations since inception. Hashtag paper bag. Got your ass, Mr. Postman. And on that note, honey, Miss Robinson is up out of here. I'm disgusted, you guys. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. What were your observations of Gizelle? Good, bad, or indifferent, right? There may be some of you all that like her. Maybe you see things a different way. I'm interested in hearing from you in the comments. Okay, so don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.